Hey y'all, man, I want to share this. Hey, my room is ready for you, so schedule your sound session. We'll give you a personalized mantra for your daily practice to enhance that. Man, we just got in all these precious stones. Can you see them? I don't know if I can turn this around or not. Nope. Surely you can see this. I got the light off, so I might not be able to see quite as well. Look at that. Red jasper. We've got some garnet, some amethyst. Look at this apatite. Cool. Rose quartz, of course. Clear quartz, tiger eye. And just all these lovely, Marina painted me these stones with happiness, live, integrity, destiny, music, wealth, hope, flow, redemption, intuition, spirit, laugh, love, dream, peace. Quite some time ago. And out there, see, I was trying to figure out where to go where I wouldn't have all this glare on my glasses. But I'm going to do a reading tonight. I've been in Hot Springs working on In Lakesh on our sign. And it's so pretty. Did I already show you this beautiful sky? I think we need to look again. Oh my goodness. That is love. The color of love. Love, 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 love. The color of love. I feel like we did a Metatron Archangel drawing this week. For those of you who actually know me and live anywhere near me and may have seen me recently, I was in a very serious car accident this last week. And I tell you, I get on here and tell you about being sick with pneumonia and this, that, and the other thing. And I you know what? I'm well. Everything is fine. I wasn't actually in the car. I witnessed it. I was in my truck following behind. And Justin, there's a woman that hydroplaned on Interstate 70 headed to Hot Springs, Arkansas. And so we did a Metatron reading. In fact, I'm going to get it for us. It's an indigo. It was so pretty. The person I was working with that day actually even asked to work with indigo color. That was even before I drew this card. Look at that. How do I get rid of the glare? Indigo, mystery and mastery of life. But I'm feeling, let's see if this is true, like I want to draw from the 5th tarot tonight. I think I had the lights on a minute ago, and that didn't seem to really help either with this glare on my glasses, right? A little bit. Depends on which way I hold my head. Y'all are so patient with me, and I can't thank you enough. You have been on this ride with me. You hang out with my imperfection and my goofiness and my playing with the lights and the sound and trying to get things just right, but not waiting until things are just right to show up for you all and to bring you the wisdom of the ancients, the wisdom of the Mayans, to restore balance and harmony to our lives right now. Anybody want more balance or more harmony? I mean, the whole world could use that, right? I was listening to Amoda Maa again tonight as I drove back from Hot Springs, and she was talking about we're not going to go back and fix things. I think I'm missing my lighter. We're not... That's really, I don't know where that came from because I don't remember laying it there, that's for sure. Oh, this is one. I think something else Rena got me, and ouch, it's covered by rose petals. Different way. It's like a, incense comes in so many forms, and this kind of, I don't know what it is, ball. What am I trying to call it? I can't find my words right now, so let's not try. But Amoda Maa, look her up. I do not remember. I think it was awareness resting in itself, maybe. And I could hear maybe a little bit of her audience from a retreat weekend, maybe in the background. So it's probably from a recent retreat she did. Always a good idea. You don't know where you've been throughout the day, what you picked up, what you brought home. Well, go ahead and clear it. Yeah. Let's move this. Oh my gosh, it just gets prettier and prettier out there. Should find a way to do that. I did one night, didn't I? Oh, those beautiful lights on the hillside. It's like Christmas watching the hillside across from me light up. So, so pretty. All right, so let's take a few easy breaths and relax before we say or do anything more today. I say easy breaths because sometimes when we take that deep breath that people used to encourage us to take, for me, that feels like tension. Filling the belly with air feels like tension to me. So easy. Or maybe even just noticing your breath where it is, as it is, allowing it. So Amoda was talking about how, I think she was the one, maybe she and Ann Tucker? Amanda Ellis talking about, man, what a energetic week. The new moon in Aquarius. What else? On the 17th, we had a solar eclipse. Now, March 3rd, we will have a lunar eclipse. So we're in the midst of those energies. I think 6 planets are going to line up on the 28th. And she was talking about how, you know, we're no longer, if we can shift our thinking, this is a new beginning for all of us. It's a shift in consciousness, a change in directions of the way we've been for so long. This isn't about going back and healing. I doubt she said this isn't about creating peace, but she said we're not going to go back and undo. We're not going to go back and create peace. We're going to, and Ann Tucker, so I'm going to try to put both of these links on here because I listened to both of them on the drive home, and I think I listened to Amanda Ellis on the drive there. And Ann said one of the personal realizations she had, probably not for the first time if I had to guess, but it felt like a big aha to her the last couple days, is that the love that we've been seeking, I mean, all of us have been seeking, isn't gonna be found out there. Have you figured that out yet? It's gonna be found in there. I don't know where there is for you, but I kept doing this move where I would twist my finger and point it back at me. Do that a couple times. I'm going to call that a hand mudra. Nobody's ever taught me that. And there's something about flipping that finger upside down to point at myself. I was feeling something. The love is in there, you all. It's always in there. It's who and what we are. You've heard me say many times, I call it a Mayan mantra because I was taught by my Mayan teacher, beloved teacher, Don Miguel. But in English, I am love. Only love, eternal love. I am love, only love, eternal love. Say it with me. I am love, only love, eternal love. I've been doing this thing with my clients all week where I'll create some sound and I'll have them feel that wave, you know. We've been putting our hand on here. You've seen me do this in other videos. For me, it's the left hand, but I was saying, try it with your left. Take a breath into 4, count of 4, out on the count of 6. And change your hand. See what it feels like to have the right hand versus the left hand. It's different for each of us. Apply a little bit of pressure so you can feel your own presence. The presence of love, self-love. It is not out there, y'all, if you haven't figured that out yet. It is in here. You may need help activating it or strengthening the sound of that loving voice within you. I love using the reparenting tool with my clients, strengthening that inner loving parental presence. Maybe you didn't get everything you needed in childhood from your own parents, and rather than go back and redo that, we can't. Rather than stay mad or resentful at them for failing us in some way or not giving us what we need, I think Amoda used the word dissolve. They're all running together for me right now, and that's okay, y'all. Ann Tucker, Amoda Maa, Amanda Ellis, 3 of my just podcasts along with Next Level Soul that I tune into when I want my own boost, my changing channel. What was my thought with? Pattern interrupt. Pattern interrupt. If you've got some negative thoughts coming, you know, you know me, I try no longer to use the words right, wrong, good, bad, because I don't know, that's evaluation and we tend to be judging ourselves. Better, worse. I mean, some things feel better, right? What about lighter? Like you know the feeling of a lighter vibration. When I'm vibrating at a higher frequency, because we can measure it, when I'm speaking to myself with that loving voice, I'm going to feel what? I know my loving inner parent is on the job, is in the driver's seat when I'm feeling open-hearted. I'm feeling openness. I'm feeling relaxed. I'm feeling ease. I'm feeling light. Feeling love. I mean, a lightness of being versus every one of us knows what it's been to live life with the inner critic on the job. That's the opposite of all those. I feel heavy. I feel dense. I feel judgment, criticism, worry, fear, anger. And we're wired, you've heard me say many, many times, we're wired for every human emotion. And we can get really good at noticing the difference. And so maybe instead of like going in search of, desperately in search of, seeking, even the energy of seeking is a different energy than resting in the spaciousness of awareness. Just go check out those videos. So I decided I got those new stones in. My friend Amy came back the Tucson Gem and Mineral Show and brought those, and decided to step in the studio here. Can't wait to share this more. And I just felt like drawing a card from the fifth tarot. So you've heard me talk about this, Terracina and Martin Bawkins. They brought back the fifth element. For how many decades now we've had water, fire, air, earth. And we've been missing what? Ether. But this looks like a fire card, which is how appropriate, because what? What's the other thing that's happening right now? I'm not an astrologer. I don't know a lot about astronomy or the signs. And is this even astrology, or is this the Japanese sign that last year was the wood snake and this year is the fire horse? But boy, am I curious about what does that mean? What does it mean to be in the year of the fire horse? Sure sounds good to me. Look it up, Google it, see what you find out. But what a great card. I mean, I don't know that I've ever had this before, and it's interesting. I can look at it now and see the beauty. We're going to find out what they look like, flying fish. But I see water, I see fire. I guess I even see some earth over here. And the fact that they're flying almost brings in the air as well. But the 8 of fire, and the word is, now 8 isn't the sign of infinity, fusion. What is it we need to fuse right now? Maybe it's that idea that everything we need is inside of us. We need not seek it outside anymore. Not that, we won't from time to time. It's been our habit. But that's how things are going to change. Is each of us doing our own work, each of us showing up for ourselves and learning to love ourselves and live from love, living from, did Anne talk about even a new way to approach relationships, be it romantic or friendship, family, is for each of us to do our work and to be creating this love bubble. And then you're with someone else who's created their own love bubble, and you step into this just beautiful love bubble together. I think we're all looking for a new language or new way to say these things, but it sure sounded yummy to me. Here we go. 5 of fire. We're going to go to 8. I would love to take my glasses off so you don't have to look at my glare, but I can't read without it. So, y'all, I hope you're sitting down somewhere comfy. I love to read to you. It's like the last time I drew this. Normally I put dates. I have my own book. I have a book that I use at work when I work with clients, but man, this thing is well worn, well loved. Typically, I put a date. Looks like I drew this in 2021 at one point, which I drew working with a client who is fusing. As we're seeing more and more of the non-binary beings who don't identify as male or female. Maybe that's a fusion of bringing divine masculine, divine feminine together into one. So day 5, final month of Mayan calendar leading into the new year. Miguel delivered a message on fire element. I did not put the date on that. So let's go ahead and read. Thank you, Martin and Teresina, for this beautiful deck. The 8 of Fire depicts a wondrous creature of the sea called the firefish. So what we're seeing in this card is the firefish. I get one closer, you get, there you go, not so bad there. The firefish, can you see that? A little blurry from where I'm sitting. Also referred to as the dragon or lionfish. Man, I listened to someone else talking about entering this Leonian creative cycle between now and August as well. Just there's a lot going on. You don't need me to tell you that. I'm sure you're feeling it. But that's just significant to me that in this card it says also referred to as the dragon or lionfish. So we've got the lion. We've got the fire horse energy. My goodness. What is ahead? What is going on right here, right now? 8 firefish swim in the currents of 2 spiraling flows of energy. You may notice on those rocks over there that my dear friend Rena created for me for a birthday years ago. So clever. She went out to, I think, Mount Ida, maybe when we lived in Hot Springs, and just hunted for her own stones. If I know her, she took them home and bathed them. She probably put them out in the moonlight. I don't know if she was working with moon or sun energy like I am now back then, but then she painted these words on that she was inspired by. Why am I telling you that? Because flow is one of those back there. I think she was using that word before I ever. She probably wrote a song about it. She's one of my songwriter buddies. A red-orange stream of fire and a blue-green stream of water. The 2 streams seem to be fused together in perfect balance. Man, I wish I could recall the exact words of Amoda Maa. She's talking about this, y'all. And Ann Tucker, a message from the angels. She said, from the mother of creation. Now, I thought that was Anna or Anna, and she said it's Isla. So maybe 2 different beings that are bringing back the wisdom to share with us right now. But they're fused together in perfect balance. And what have we been, why did I create I Aming As my channel? So that we can learn to live from that I am presence within. That I am expressing as and in the form of Laura Lynn Danley. Perfect balance. And so the book, Handbook of Healing with Mayan Mantras. I mean, I've been studying with Miguel for over 15, 20 years. I realize I get really repetitive on these videos. If you're joining me for the first time, welcome. I'm Laura Lynn Danley. I Aming As LLD. Some call me LLD. Some call me La. Got my new business I'm kicking off soon. Gonna start traveling some with Amy Holt to some of the local festivals or wherever we want to go, nationwide, local, neighboring states. And in la catch means I am you. So Mayan, it's in la catch alakin, I am you and you are me, not unlike as namaste. I see the highest in me greets the highest in you. So in la catch. And I was working on my new sign to take with me to festivals and maybe hanging up right there next time, you see, if I get it done anytime soon. And it took me a while. I've been working with that word for years, and I never noticed the la. La, that's me. Oh, in la catch. And offering, I say this Mayan priestess is ready to rock and roll. Offering a 50-minute personalized session with sound healing with the bowls and with 2 of these decks. So with the one we're working with today, the 5th Tarot, and with Metatron deck, Amanda Ellis. Color therapist, archangel, just some beautiful messages for us that stand the test of time and certainly are helpful now. But also, I often from spirit whatever that means to you, wherever you think that really originates from. Have a sense when I'm working with individuals about a personalized mantra that you can add to your own daily practice. I've brought in the precious stones that correspond with the different chakras and the bowls that we use. And so you may notice that one chakra over another, you may not know a lot about those, so we'll study it together. And you may notice that one chakra might feel clogged or like you got crud in there and things aren't flowing too freely, or you feel like you don't have a creative flow going right now, or you feel like your intuition isn't working too well, or you feel like your connection with the infinite, or, your ability to speak your truth or speak in love. And so whether that's the bowl that it directs us to use or the stones, here to help you start creating your own personal mesa medicine bag. And we're just going to start small, but just 3 stones. And together we'll know what those are. So that's just a few of what we're going to be offering in La Catch. Laura, I am as LLD. So the 2 streams seem to be fused together in perfect balance, creating sort of a yin-yang symbol. As we near the end of the suit of fire, I see that yin-yang, do you? I hadn't noticed that before. The key to our understanding of the element fire leads us to the word fusion. Fusion is defined in the Webster's Dictionary as the union of light atomic nuclei to form heavier ones under extreme conditions of pressure and temperature, resulting in a great energy release. Does that sound like what we're experiencing right now? I'd say it does. Union of light atomic nuclei to form heavier. We've been talking about light and density, so I hadn't thought of it in this way. Under extreme conditions, most of us feel like we've been under extreme conditions. I mean, if I showed you the picture of the literal crash that we were in just a week ago today, you would think we wouldn't have walked away from that. And we didn't walk away the same, people. But we walked away. I truly believe I work with angel numbers and called in 444, 100,000 angels to surround us as we were driving home in the pouring rain. And I truly believe that between Justin's Toyota RAV4, he said they've earned his repeat business, and those angels, they absorb the full impact to his car. And he just feels a little bit of tenderness, got a few abrasions, cuts, scrapes, bruises, and that is it, y'all. Crazy. And why am I saying that? So under extreme conditions of pressure and temperature, resulting in a great energy release. I mean, you can't have that kind of, any of that hit without a great release. Oh, didn't feel that coming. I want to choose some heart. Oh, when we're doing heart chakra, it's oh. We have the Tibetan bowl right here. I haven't used this recently because we've been using the other ones. That wash over you. We're entering a time led by the heart. Are you open to that right now? Are you willing to let your heart lead? Are you willing to let it first fuel you? Are you willing to feel the fullness of it within? The love's not out there, y'all. Not that we can't be loved by others, but you know what I'm talking about, I hope. And if not, you'll know soon enough. It's in here. Really gentle. I don't know if you can hear it on the phone when I do it that way. Love, I am love, only love, eternal love. Soy amor. I think that Spanish. Solo amor eternal. And love, only love, eternal love. Love, only love, eternal love. The powerful transformation of the 5 of fire and the activation of the 7 of fire have brought us to the optimal conditions for just such a great release of energy. We can work with the energies of the 8 of fire to assist us in releasing the creative energy activated within our kundalini and giving form to the center of our passion, the nucleus of our inner light. Oh man, I'm going to try to find the name of, because much like me, you can go to each of these 3 ladies' YouTube channels and you'll find a whole host of videos, and so you won't necessarily know which ones I'm referring to. However, I might go back and see if I can find them, because this has been the topic today of everything I listen to. The second definition of fusion in the Webster's Dictionary is a blending together so that the component parts are not distinguishable. Yeah. As we learn to balance fire with water, the one flows into the other as depicted in the image. When we understand the importance of both the male and the female aspects of our being, we can integrate both of these aspects, becoming whole, healthy, and balanced. Now, if you've been around for long, and surely I've done probably more than one video, Yokol Kab, that's the heart of the infinite to the heart of the earth. And what I mean is Yash Ish Balam. So Yash is green or jade, Ish is feminine, Balam is jaguar in Mayan, Yash Ish Balam, Yashib Balam, and Shib is masculine. So that's a mantra that I was given, reminded of in Yakshalan a couple years back. Yash Ish Balam, Yash Shib Balam, Yash Ish Balam, Yash Shib Balam, Yash Ish Balam, Yash Shib Balam. So it says here, when we understand the importance of both the male and the female aspects of our being, we can integrate both of these aspects, becoming whole, healthy, and balanced. These are all tools for living a balanced and harmonious life. As within, so without. As above, so below. This integration or fusion occurs on many levels. As we experience oneness with others and with Source, we do not distinguish differences, but see all as aspects of the one. On the contrary, the firefish is an animal that uses its color to tell others to stay away. I am armed and dangerous. The firefish has 13 dorsal spines, 2 pelvic spines, and 3 anal spines, each with a poison capable of rendering small animals motionless. I don't know if I've ever seen her use an image quite so. I don't even know what word to use. Poisonous. For humans, the venom is locally painful with some cases of edema, but not deadly. The firefish gives others fair warning. Its bright orange, red, yellow, brown, and black combination is usually enough to compel others to keep their distance. And maybe when I look at this, I mean, I love the colors of the flow. I love the yin yang. I love the fire and the water, but I look at those little creatures and they make me uncomfortable. Now I know why. As water represents our emotions, what the firefish symbolizes here is detachment from our emotions. Just as fire can burn, so also water can drown. When we do not protect ourselves from emotional turmoil, it can douse the fires of our creativity and passion. Our emotions can become like a poison that infects our ideals and inhibits our expression. Working our way through the suit of fire, we experience transformation by fire. The clearing and cleansing of our emotions. Woot woot! Please. So that we might experience this perfect fusion of water and fire. When we find the right combination of the elements, we can heal some of the strongest poisons of the world. I'm not even sure what that means exactly, but I love what I was listening to in one of these 3 videos, or maybe all 3 of them in their own way. Not heal as in we're going to, like I said, we're going to go back and heal these gaps, these divisions. Some of this was meant for the very purpose it serves, to create fear and separation, division, diversiveness. Is that a word I want? And it's not that we're going to go back and mend any of that. We're going to allow that to dissolve. It's as if we're going to just not so much ignore it. I mean, it has served us for a long time. It's been some major teachers, painful teachers. But we're going to just start from a new place, from love. Love, radiating from, filling ourselves with love and radiating that out to the world. I feel like I'm scratching up my floor with all these little purple pieces of glass from my new stained glass I made and brought home. Working our way through the suit of fire, we experience transformation by fire, the clearing and cleansing of our emotions so that we might experience this perfect fusion of fire and water. When we find the right combination of the elements, we can heal some of the strongest poisons of the world. The fire fish is the 8 of fire. In the 8 of fire reminds us to respect our sacred space and the sacred space of others. I've certainly learned to do that over the last, feels like months, but it's been decades. And if you, if I'm privileged to share my spaces with you, you will feel it. You will feel the work I've done in my home, in my studio, in my sweet pea camper, where I see my psychotherapy clients and hear, allowing each other to have our personal space for healing on one level, we are then able to experience a soul connection on another level. I heard a lot of talk about that today in these videos. We're going to be experiencing others in a very different way. The key to fusion in the 8 of fire teaches us that on a level of higher consciousness, we become one with the stream and choose to flow with it instead of swimming against it. The key to fusion in the 8 of fire teaches us that on a level of higher consciousness, we become one with the stream and choose to flow with it instead of swimming against it. How much of your life have you felt like you've been swimming upstream, fighting against something? This is a different energy, y'all. A new direction for all of humanity. When we understand that there is no stream going in the opposite direction, that we are all healed toward the same universal, that we are all headed. I love that, all healed, because it is about recognizing we are already whole. We're not all living with that level of conscious awareness. But when we understand that there is no stream going in the opposite direction, that we are all headed toward the same universal consciousness, all obstacles fall away. So who was talking about it? It might have been the message from Isla. It's like, I mean, so long ago. Time for me is already kind of, and I don't know if she literally said decades, hundreds and hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago. I don't know. That it's like we took something and broke it apart. And then we took each of those fractured parts and broke them apart again. It's like humankind has just been scattered everywhere. And it's like we're drawing all our parts back to wholeness, to oneness, to integration, to fusion. And that's coming to mind now because we are headed toward the same universe consciousness, all obstacles fade away. We become part of the gentle flow, asking us to join this jubilant song. Oh, doesn't that sound lovely? She gave an example, and this made it make sense what she was sharing. It's like you take the church, and I think she said church, and she might have said religion, and then how many different ways is that interpreted at this point? How many different denominations are there? How many different understandings of God and the universe and spirit? How did she say that? You could take the school system, and there's all these different philosophies now on how to educate. There's not just one. There's all these, but we're entering a time, we're shifting, we're changing our direction where I may not feel like it just yet. I bet it doesn't to a lot of us, but I can feel it. If you let yourself feel, as Amoda says, resting in the ocean of awareness. Not with a grip on one focal point. We're not becoming aware. Like in mindfulness, sometimes I'll say, what do you notice about your physical sensations, about your thoughts, about your feelings? And I love that she used those three things. And she said, it's not about zeroing in on, it's not about a grip, a focus, an intent, just an intense focus on any one of these things. It's kind of the opposite. It's like a letting go of that grip, letting it dissolve, letting it soften, and expand. Resting in the ocean of awareness. Not the name of the video, but I think it is the name of one of her videos. All right, so we're going to finish up with this. The divinatory meaning of this card. In case you're just tuning in, or you pause and you're just coming back to it, you want to look at that again. The divinatory meaning. The Eight of Fire brings release to the powerful creative energies that have been building up. Isn't that great news? I mean, I've been working with a creativity coach lately. Thank you, Karen Channing. Oh man, if you haven't found Karen as an author, she's got 365 days of doodling. I know she has one for children, likely one for the workplace, and there is no better tool for getting in touch with our emotional state and even moving some blockages around. Obviously for me, it's sound. For her, it's doodling. It's the action of creating and writing, and it may just be a stick figure, but she introduced me to the war on art. It's funny, I want to say I hate the word war. I hate it. War on art. It's about recognizing our barriers, our blocks to creative release. How long have you felt like there's something on your mind, on your heart, in your dreams that you've been wanting to create, produce, share with the world? You may have this beautiful image of it in your mind, and you feel like you just haven't been able to bring it into form for days, weeks, months, years. So the Eight of Fire brings release to the powerful creative energies that have been building up. It makes me think of, so we're talking about creative energy. The two chakras that come to mind, of course, are the root at the very base of our spine. And then our sacral, right, in that neck, where our sexual organs are, the center of creativity. But it makes me think of, there's a mantra with those, but I think we're gonna save that for another. Well, because we're talking about creativity. Now remember, it's funny that I'm even still now a little bit shyer. I pause with certain Mayan mantras. If you haven't grown up with it, you know, we've been talking lately about me not being too shy or hiding anymore. It's like, why is this woman who grew up in the Nazarene church that has her master's in social work and is a licensed clinical social worker and a psychotherapist for all these years and singer, songwriter, creator, just, you know, why was she drawn to the Mayan culture? Guess what, y'all? It's a vibratory language, if you didn't already know that. That's reason enough, isn't it? And so you might hear a sound like even Balaam. I don't think somebody brought this up. I think it just popped to my mind. Or maybe I heard a video recently about, I think it's Baal, B-A-A-L. I think that means idol in the Bible. It talks about having false gods. But Balaam, Balaam, is jaguar. Jaguar is a symbol for that thing that mulches heavy energies within us. Now, one of the tools I brought back recently and haven't shared with anybody yet is two of the animal, I don't think totems is the right word, but I don't have a different one yet, is the eagle who flies above. So again, this is kind of a Mayan teaching. The eagle flies above to spot from a different perspective what's going on. And for me, I conceive of it as and then it's like it lets jaguar know what needs to be mulched. Balaam. Where are we going with that? Energy building, creative energy. Okay, so all of that was because Kuuk is the word. Kuulkaan is how I spell it, and I'll put in the description. And that's a great one for releasing and raising our Kundalini energy, getting rid of stuck energy in our root chakra, our sacral chakra. I may go ahead and get the bowl for just a second because we're talking about creative blocks and creative releases. Kuulkaan. Now you can hear me say it and you may or may not have an experience of it, or you can do it with me and feel the vibration of it through your very being. Kuulkaan. 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 Woodcock. I use from the top of our heads, Leo, and down. It sounds more like a. Let that energy rise up your spine, over your crown chakra, past your third eye or Christ center, and let that land and nest in your heart. Kuulkaan. And then the sacral, let's go ahead and add this for a second, because this is that center of creation. Focus right where your sexual organs would be, right above that base of your spine. And just let this sound wash over you. Imagine any stuck energies becoming unstuck. Let's bring in some balance. Add a little heart, because we need to be living from our heart now, huh? We did this with the Tibetan bowl, now let's do it with the crystal bowl. Oh, just oh. Don't compare your voice to anyone else's. Don't even listen to mine. Listen to the bowl. Create the sound yourself and feel it vibrate through your very being. Let it just explode from your heart. I am love, only love, eternal love. Om, om. Or you might do om, sound of the universe, the sound of love. Om, om, om. Let's do 7 together. I call it the Mayan Sacred 7. Om, om, om. have seen it as OM or OHM, and the Mayans spell it AUM. So let's kind of draw it out a little bit. as energized as I do? It's been an energizing day, y'all. Wish I could set that down and let it keep going. I love you. I love you. I love you. So let's finish this up for tonight, okay? Divinatory meaning. I'm going to go back to the beginning of this. Feast your eyes. Fusion. 8 of fire. The 8 of fire brings release to the powerful creative energies that have been building up. The 8 draws you nearer to the culmination of the suit of fire. So you will begin to see the fulfillment of your dreams coming true. The seeds of inspiration and the fire that fuels your passion are coming together to achieve your highest aspirations. Does that sound like good news? Do you believe it? Be careful not to resist the creative flow that is working for you right now. It's already working. You can just kind of move into the stream and flow with it, or you can resist it. And there's no judgment in that if you do. Remember, self, love, 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 love. There is no judgment, but you can join the flow, step into the stream. Clear any emotional attachment to the final outcome of what you are working on, and you will bring the optimal success to your endeavors. The universe responds favorably when you state your clear intent. So that may sound a little bit contradictory. My life mastery coach years ago, Felicia Cersei, thank you for your guidance. She would talk about being as clear, specific as you can, right? Writing down your dream, I love it. Somebody in the 3 videos today, YouTube videos, Amanda Ellis, Amoda Maa, and Tucker. If you didn't hear those names a little earlier, again, look for them in the description. Look for the links, hopefully. Talked about, even though we're talking about the aspiration of our dreams, the culmination, they mentioned letting go of goals. I mean, it's just, it's a different direction. It's a different feeling. It's a different energy. So Felicia would talk about being really clear, writing it down, project yourself ahead 3 years. I loved this tool. Project yourself ahead 3 years. I am the woman who is sharing the sound of love with people all over the world. I'm traveling all over the world, and no matter where I am, I'm able to share the sound of love. I'm taking people with me on these sacred journeys. Oh, would love that. And see, wood is its own energy. But if I'm the woman who's already living that, she would project us into a date. So what's today? The 21st, maybe? It's February 21st, 2029. I'm so happy and grateful it all worked out. And here's what it looks like. And you let that future self inform you of what steps she took to get there. It's different than goals. So it's like you create a specific intent, let the universe know what form to take. Form it here, that cookie dough, that cookie cutter that we've talked about, imprinting on this invisible, neutral substance of the universe and drawing back the form of. And after you get that clear and defined and given it definitions and fleshing it out and rehearsing it morning, noon, and night, then relax around it. This or something better still. There may be something out there you haven't even begun to dream of. The form of what you think you want to create may look really different when it comes to be. I mean, what does it mean? It's just water. Just water. How can it make me cough? Universe responds favorably when you state your clear intent. We just read something about optimal. Clear any emotional attachment to the final outcome of what you are working on, and you will bring the optimal success to your endeavors. So again, universe responds to clear intent and then hand it over. I mean, what did I say when I was younger? Not my will, but thine. Find your version of that statement. Something better still. This or something better still. Abundance befalls those who surrender to the flow. If there's no more trying, pushing, seeking, even goal setting, wanting something out there in the future, if it's now about this internal relationship to love and living in the reality of our wholeness and the awareness that we already have everything we need for fill in the blank. What different energy. How would that feel different in your life? Work with the strengths of both the yin and yang aspects of your being, as they are inseparable parts of yourself. All right, finally, they give some applications for each card. For freeing ourselves from emotional ballast, peppermint can be a powerful emotional and mental closet cleaner. Did not know that. I'm not a coffee drinker, but a dear one, a client gave me a gift card to 7 Brew, and I went by this morning. I thought, well, what would I get if it's not coffee? And they had something called Cupid Special Cocoa. This being February still. I'm like, what's Cupid Special Cocoa? And they're like, milk chocolate and dark chocolate. And I said, well, do you have any peppermint? So I got a peppermint cocoa. Not knowing, which is perfect because I was going to drive. It's about an hour away to Hot Springs to work on my In Lakesh, the name of the new branch of the business. Beautiful new sign. For higher elevated goals, add some holy basil. So we're going to change that word, right? I mean, like I said, this stands the test of time. And there's going to be some language in here that made sense when it was written, 2008. Yeah, thank you, y'all. They were forerunners for sure. So if it's not goals, what would be a word that you would use? For higher elevated, for an awareness of the higher elevated states of being that we dwell within, add some holy basil. If you want to be more conscious of those levels. How do you feel the flows of fire and water intertwined in your life? How do you feel the flows of fire and water intertwined in your life? But I have to really give that some thought. I'm not sure. Sit in meditation and see where these paths cross, or if they indeed have fused. Sit in meditation and see if these energies have met or fused. Take an inventory of your body, mind, and spirit to see if there are any poisons that need to be released. Be aware of incoming information in your stream of consciousness. I used to say, stand guard at the portal of my mind lately. We can choose. There may have been times in human history and times in my own personal history where I thought I had no choice. I thought that I just was depression, not experiencing depression. I thought that it was more depression than anxiety for me, but I have a choice. And sometimes that choice looks like using the tools that I share with you all to help me change the channel in my brain, raise my vibration, shift to a new neural pathway. Sound familiar? Be aware of incoming information in your stream of consciousness. Use discernment to decide what you allow to enter into your sacred space. Don't allow anything in that might poison your highest ideals and inspirations. I take y'all have seen me do in different videos where I'll just take, a lot of times Palo Santo, which is one of my favorites. Lately it's been, somebody gave me, I think this is white sage. I just love this bundle. It's just so, don't know the word, substantial. Feels powerful in my hands, bigger than the average little. And I will just, you know, smudge my area, cleanse any dense energies, bringing them to the light. And I will kind of go around the door frames and I'll just say nothing but what is, do I say nothing? Only that which is for my highest good is allowed to enter here. Only that which is for my highest good is allowed to enter here. Might go around the windows and the doors. Only that which is for my highest good is allowed to enter here. Oh, I've got Mayan mantras: Loom, which is earth; Ha, which is water; Eek, which is air; and Kuuk, K-A-A-K, which is fire. But what's missing? Ether, spirit; Kan, K-A-A-N, Kan. Loom, Ha, Eek, Kuuk, and Kan, I believe. Go back and look at my videos on working with the elements and the mantras surrounding that. Well, I love y'all. I love you. I love you. Thanks for hanging in there with me. I know I ramble all over all the time. Y'all love me for it, I hope. I love you, and I certainly love me, and that's just my way. So be good to yourself. Remember that you are love, only love, eternal love. You're light, only light, eternal light. Itchy nose. I love you. I love you. I love you. Reach out. Please, please, please. I would love you. You don't have to live here. Although I would love it if you could come in person and just start experiencing some sacred sound together. And if you don't, Zoom. I'm working with people through Zoom, and technology has advanced in the way that we can really feel the energies as we do that. All right, y'all. Bye for now. I'm just noticing. Oh, this is not the one with the amethyst on it. This is going to be a precious stone I'm working with the chakras lately, but brought back some, I don't know if you can see the beauty of that amethyst. Oh, brought back some magic wands from the Gem and Mineral Show last January. I just finally have all this out and added to it and ready to share. It was the peacock feather that caught my attention. Oh, I love you. I love you. I love you. What do you want to create? The staff of your will. Use the staff. Use something that feels substantial in your hand to become the staff of your will. I will myself to live in love, to speak only from love. Resting in the ocean of awareness, in the field of love. Heart chakra. Bye for now. Bye for now, dear ones. I love you, I love you, I love you.